What's going on, everybody out there in the Monster Jam and YouTube universe? It is me, who's ready for Monster Jam, the host of this Monster Jam Steel Titan Sports League. Welcome, everybody. We are here in stop number 3 of Season 1 here of the Monster Jam Steel Titan Sports League as we get ready for another amazing stop. This is stop number 3, and we are here in Anaheim for some amazing Monster Jam action. We have gone through Arlington, we have gone through Glendale, and now we are still on the West Coast with another show as we make a stop in Anaheim. This is going to be a great show. All the drivers are ready. We've got Riley McCord making his first appearance on the tour after being unable to make it to the first 2 shows. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Buckle in and let's kick this thing off with the national anthem. This is Monster Jam Steel Titan Sports League.
You make me feel invincible, earthquake powerful, just like a tidal wave. You make me brave, you're my titanium fight song, raising up like the roar of victory in a stadium. Who can touch me, 'cause I'm who can stop me tonight? You make me feel invincible. I feel it.
So here we have the real bracket for Anaheim round 1. Last week I understand that there was actually the wrong bracket, but it's okay. This is the right bracket. These are the drivers and matchups you're going to be seeing for the very first round. We're changing things up even more this week. I've got even more new things to mix into the video today. I hope you guys are going to enjoy it, but the Monster Jam Steel Titan Sports League stop number 3 is about to get electric. In just a few moments, we're going to kick off round number 1 with Zombie and Gravedigger. So here we are, round number 1 in the left lane. We have Alex and Zombie taking on Michael Barth in Gravedigger. Alex, sadly this is the last show he is going to be having driving Zombie. He is unable to compete in the rest of the season full time. So let's hope he has a good last show. Right now we have a close race between Michael Barth and Alex Colborn, but it's Alex, also known as Xander DP, taking home the win. Moving on to round number 2, as you can see with a 16.99, the first sub-17 time of the night. That is a really good time. Sub-17 times are very difficult to get, so we'll see if Alexander can keep that up, and if he can, then he may be finding himself in the winner's circle. Up next here we have in the left lane Vincent Ackert and Maxi Gold taking on Troy K. Ryder and Captain Scott. I know that last graphic was really long. Every time I tried to shorten it, my application crashed. So we're just gonna leave it long. A really close race right now, but Troy seems to be pulling ahead at the last second, and indeed, Captain Skurs is moving on to the next round. A good race for both of these two guys. They've made a lot of progress here since the beginning of the competition. As you can see right there, Captain Skurs, not the fastest of times, but a 17.4 definitely could get him far into this competition, depending on who he gets matched up against. Up next, we have Northern Nightmare and Higher Ground Freestyle taking on Wayne in El Toro Loco Black. Wayne got a little caught up there on the jump, got on 2 wheels, but right now this is a very close race, but it seems like Wayne has the lead going into the final turn. Higher Ground Freestyle with a good turn, but it's not going to matter as Wayne and El Toro Loco is moving on to round number 2. He has been fairly consistent in making it past the first round in racing. As you can see right there, a 17.62, the slowest winning time so far, so hopefully he can get that fixed up for the next round. Maybe he can get himself a little bit quicker and move himself further into this competition. And sadly, Higher Ground Freestyle not going to pick up too many racing points today. Up next, we have El Toro Loco getting a bit of a bye run here because we were unable to have Soldier Fortune compete yet again. This is his 3rd straight week not competing. We do have a new driver for that truck, as you'll find them out in the next video. But Zacher is going to be the winner of this race by default. So a good race for El Toro Loco. A good opportunity for him to crank out a win and move himself into the next round. He does so with a bit of a slower time at 19.23, so we will have to see if he can get that a little bit quicker, but he's lucky that he got a DNS from Soldier Fortune, or else he probably wouldn't have made it on. Up next here in round number 1, we have Earthshaker, driven by Ryan in the left lane, taking on Riley in Doomsday, and Riley got the pole shot off the line. Riley McCord in his first appearance of the tour. He was unable to make the first two events, but it's nice to see him piloting this Doomsday, and he has a lead right now. It's going to come down to the turn, but Ryan with a beautiful turn is going to push that Earthshaker to the win, but Riley definitely put up a really good fight for the veteran in Earthshaker. So we'll see what the times are. I don't think Earthshaker was very fast. He was not. It was a 19 flat, so not a great time for Ryan either. A lot of drivers had trouble with this track. It was definitely not an easy track to master. You had to just be perfect. It was all down to luck, and Ryan, another driver who was bitten with the slow bug out here, but he did get the win and is moving on. Up next here in the left lane, we have Luke, our owner, and me in the right lane in Max D. You've got Son of a Digger and Max D. We matched up in the final round last week, and here we are matching up in the first round this week. And it seems like Luke is going to get the best of me here. I had a great turn, but it's for naught as Luke is pulling out the win. And Son of a Digger is going to move on to round number 2. He has been so great in racing all season long. He, I believe, has the first 2 racing wins. And a 17.6 is a pretty good time compared to what we have been seeing. So Son of a Digger moving on. I had an 18.27. That would have beaten quite a few drivers, but sadly I had to be paired up against Luke, of course, and that's going to cost me. Up next, we have Monster Jam Camboy taking on Josh in the Monster Mutt Rottweiler. And this is going to be a great race here between the two dogs as they look really close right now, with Josh having a slight lead going down the straightaway. Going into the final turn, Josh spins out really wide. It's a close race. I don't know who won it. We're going to have to take a look at the times. It seemed like Monster Jam Camboy picked up a lot of ground there at the end, and he did indeed. A very close race, but Monster Mutt's moving on. Now for the last race here of round 1, we had the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior taking on Great Digger the Legend, who was unable to make it out. So we have the Mohawk Warrior getting a Byron. Chris is moving into the second round for the first time here in the racing competition here in the Steel Titan Sports League. So it's nice to see Chris getting a nice little pass and a bye in the round number 2. Congratulations to him. We'll see what his times look like, because obviously you need to be pretty fast moving into the next rounds against some of these drivers. His time is a 19.94, so a not very fast pass. But with that, we're going to come to the end of round 1, and we will be back after a short break.
Bakugan Battle Planet. With monsters unleashed from another dimension, the power is now in your hands. You've been chosen to battle for the fate of 2 worlds. Get ready to brawl. Harness the power of Bakugan. No battle will ever be the same. Bakugan Battle Planet. You can join the battle at Bakugan.com and download our free mobile apps. Ask a parent before going online.
So here we are in round number 2. We hope you enjoyed that little commercial. We're going to be having commercials now, breaking up things instead of just dead silence. So you guys are going to be able to enjoy watching some random commercials. The first few are Monster Jam related that were sent to me by Ryan. And before we get into round number 2, I just want to give a big thank you to Luke, who runs the entire competition and everything. He is such a great leader. We've got Ryan, who puts together all the graphics, and Josh, who helps out with the judging and everything else. So let's get into round number 2. This is going to be a good round as we kick it off with Alexander in Zombie and Troy in Captain's Curse. Alexander in his last show in the league, in the season, so don't forget that he has a lot to play for this weekend, and we will see if he can move on to the semifinal round, and it looks like he is going to, as Troy K. Ryder knocked down just a bit early. So a good race there, but Zombie is in fact going to get the win. As you can see, by over 6 seconds, he's going to knock down Captain Curse. I don't think that graphic's right because it was a much closer race than that, but Zombie did in fact get the win there. So a great race for the Zombie machine. He's moving on to the semifinals. Up next here, we have our first El Toro Loco race between El Toro Loco Black and Wayne in the left lane and Zacher in the regular El Toro Loco in the right lane. A very close race right now, but it seems like Zacher's pulling ahead at the end. And in fact, the El Toro Loco machine, driven by Zacher, is moving on to the next round. So as you see there, 17.95, that is quite the time right there for El Toro Loco, and I am sure he is going to make a big push deeply into this competition, but he's got to go against Xander in the next round. That's not going to be an easy feat, but we'll see how Zacher can take him on. For the next race here in round 2, we have Earthshaker driven by Ryan, and we have Luke in the right lane in Son of a Digger. 2 of the Steel Titan Sports League members, the staff members, going head-to-head here in round number 2. The second straight staff member race that Luke has to be a part of. We'll see if he can take down his two servants in the first 2 rounds. Ryan making a big push late, but he's unable to get the last push there, which is too bad. But Luke is just bad fast in racing, and he has been all year long, and he is moving on with a 17.8, a very fast time. Up next here for the last race in round number 2, we have the Monster Mutt driven by the always exciting Monster Jam Camboy, and he is taking on Chris in the Mohawk Warrior. A good race. 2 drivers who have had rough patches so far. Monster Jam Camboy had a rough week 2. We'll see how he can rebound here, trying to pick up as many points as he can, and he's going to do that by moving on to the semifinal round. But a good fight from Chris in the Mohawk Warrior. He definitely did a good job this week in racing, but Monster Mutt, not a fast time, but it was good enough to get him by.
Monster Jam! Now you can bring the action on with real Monster Jam trucks. An all-new Monster Dirt. Build it. Jump it. Smash it. Do it again. It's Max D versus Pirate's Curse. Megalodon. Awesome jump. El Toro Loco crushes it. Grave Digger. Crazy backflip. You can collect all your favorite Monster Jam trucks. Real Monster Jam trucks and all-new Monster Dirt, each sold separately.
Real trucks, real action, Monster Jam.
Welcome back, and we are down to 4 trucks in the Monster Jam Steel Titan Sports League racing competition. That means that it is the semifinals, and there is 3 races left until we crown a world champion potential driver here in the racing competition. It's the 3rd week, and you never know who is going to make it to the world finals. We have a lot of cool things coming up for you guys. I'm going to explain the world finals actual setup here and what's going to happen with the World Finals in a little bit when we move on in the competition. But here we are in the semifinals. We've got Zombie and Alexander taking on Zacher and El Toro Loco. Zacher has a tough race ahead of him to beat out Alexander in the Zombie. This should be a good race. But Alex has just been bad fast all night long, and he is going to sail on to the next round with another impeccable race. It just seems like it's Alexander's night tonight in the Zombie. He knows that it's his last show, so he's trying to go out with a bang, and it's a 16.93 for Zombie, a blowaway time for him. What a race. He has just been bad fast all night, and he's 1 race away from getting the racing win. Next up here in the semifinals, the last race of the semifinals is between Son of a Digger's Luke and Monster Jam Camboy in the Monster Mutt. Monster Jam Camboy looking for the upset of the century if he can pull off a win here, but it seems like Luke is way ahead early on. And indeed he is. Luke is flying right now as he looks to put himself into the final round with some thunder. That was possibly his best race of the night. We'll have to check and see with the times. It, in fact, was his fastest pass of the night with a 17.6, meaning that we are in store for one heck of a final round. We have Alex, who's been fast all night, and Luke, who has just been fast all season long, but he hasn't been as fast as Alex has been, so we'll have to wait and see after this short commercial break.
When it comes to kids' glasses, don't overpay, over-deliver. Excite your little ones and enjoy big savings with everyone's favorite Monster Jam frames. Get 2 complete pairs with impact-resistant lenses and a free exam for just $69.95.
So I wasn't kidding, it was a quick commercial break, but here we are on the Monster Jam final round of racing. That's right, we have reached the pinnacle of this racing event, and we have two drivers who have pushed themselves to the limits to make it to the final two. We have in the left lane, representing Team Thriller, we have Alex. He has been bad fast all night long, and he has certainly found himself a great rhythm. It is Alex Colborn in Zombie. And in the right lane, representing the always menacing Monster Jam truck, he has been smooth all night. He has not been anywhere near as fast as Alex, but he has won the first two racing competitions so far in this league. It is Luke in Son of a Digger. They are pulling up to the line. Get your hands together for these two drivers. This is going to be the race of the ages. These two have been so fast. Let's go green. Anaheim, are you ready to crown a racing winner? They were dead even off the line, but it seems like Alex is pulling ahead just a little bit. Going into the turn, and it seems like Alex has a lead, and indeed, Zombie is going to knock Son of a Digger off of its perch as Alex Colborn is moving himself into the winner's circle. What a race between these two. A 16.86, his fastest pass of the night, and it comes in the final round. He has just been spot on since the beginning of this racing competition, so you know what that means, folks. We had a great win there for Zombie. Now let's take a quick look at the point standings after that racing competition. Zombie picking up 16 points on the road to the overall event championship, and obviously those points are very crucial in terms of getting points going to the World Finals. You've got Son of a Digger coming in with 15, Monster Mutt with 14, El Toro Loco with 13, Captain's Curse with 12, Earthshaker with 11, Grey Clips Mohawk Warrior with 10, and El Toro Loco Black with 9. That rounds up the top 8. Then we move in to the bottom 8. As you can see there, Michael Barth starting off the bottom 8 with an 8-point total. Then you have Vincent Ackert and Max D. Gold with 7, me with 6, Monster Mutt Rottweiler with 5, Northern Nightmare with 4, and Doomsday in last with 3. So that's going to wrap up the points competition. And the points competition for racing, but before we get into the two-wheel competition and we have a little bit of a commercial here, I want to give you guys a little bit of a breakdown on what the World Finals is actually going to be like. So we have actually changed it up since the beginning of the season, but I never actually formally announced what the World Finals setup is going to be like. So what we are going to be doing is we are having 2 seasons before World Finals, both of 16 trucks. And in these 2 seasons, we are going to be qualifying a certain amount of drivers. From season number 1, we are qualifying the top 8 drivers in the point standings to go into the World Finals. And then in the second season, we're qualifying the top 7. And then we are going to have a showdown before the World Finals that is going to consist of 8 drivers. 5 of them from season number 2, because that obviously they had less drivers being qualified, and 3 of them from season 1 that we are going to hand pick. We are not going based off of points. We are going to hand select who we want to be based on how they perform. They may have come in late and just not gotten enough points. So we are going to pick based on that, on who we think deserves it. So we're going to have a lot of fun as we approach the World Finals, but obviously that is going to be after season 2. So you won't be seeing these drivers after this season until season 2. And out of the 4 actual staff members, me, Luke, Josh, and Ryan, we are actually not going to be competing in the second season if we qualify for the World Finals here in the first. So this is definitely going to be an interesting second season with a whole slew of fresh drivers. It is going to be so much fun, and it's also going to relieve some of the stress that we are going to have for having to compete and do everything else. And it's going to just be an amazing time. So make sure you are staying tuned, because once that World Finals comes along, it's going to be a compilation of the best drivers from the first 2 seasons, a 16-truck field. It's really going to be something special. So, without further ado, we got a little commercial break, and then we're going to move into the 2-wheel competition.
Hi, Phil Swift here for Flex Tape, the super strong waterproof tape that can instantly patch, bond, seal, and repair.
Flex Tape is no ordinary tape. Its triple thick adhesive virtually welds itself to the surface, instantly stopping the toughest leaks.
Leaky pipes can cause major damage.
But Flex Tape grips on tight and bonds instantly.
Plus, Flex Tape's powerful adhesive is so strong, it even works underwater.
Now you can repair leaks in pools and spas without draining them. Flex tape is perfect for marine, campers, and RVs.
Flex tape is super strong, and once it's on, it holds on tight.
And for emergency auto repair, Flex tape keeps its grip, even in the toughest conditions. Big storms can cause big damage, but Flex tape comes super wide, so you can easily patch large holes.
To show you the power of Flex tape, I sawed this boat in half
And repaired it with only Flex tape.
Not only does Flex tape's powerful adhesive hold the boat together, but it creates a super strong watertight seal, so the inside is completely dry. Yeah, doggy!
Just cut, peel, stick, and seal.
Imagine everything you can do with the power of Flex tape.
So, kicking off this two-wheel skills competition, we have Doomsday. This is Riley McCord, and a nice sky wheelie there that he is going to sit on the tail. What a nice move for Doomsday, as Riley McCord is just parking that Doomsday truck on the rear two wheels. So a great move there for Doomsday to start off his competition. And he hits the brakes there, and that is his second hit. So a decent run for Doomsday. We'll see what the scores are. Score coming in is an 18, so a good run for Doomsday to kick off the competition. Riley, this is his first two-wheel competition, so you got to give him a little bit of slack. Obviously, he'll be a little bit more fine-tuned as we get into the next week when we see him out in San Diego. That is the next show. You could be cashing that in 2 weeks. Yet again, that's going to be a lot of fun. So Doomsday kicking us off with a score of an 18. Up next here in the two-wheel competition, we have Chris, the driver of Mohawk Warrior, looking to do something spectacular. He has not had a ton of luck in the two-wheel competition, but last time out in Glendale, he definitely had a lot of improvement shown. So we will see how he can fare coming out early yet again. Hopefully he can bounce back from two decent runs. We'll see how this third one comes out. And it's a nice sky wheelie for the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior out here in the two-wheel competition. Certainly a fun first hit, and he's going to set her down. Going for the moonwalk here, and he gets the moonwalk as he walks it up the pad. And a very nice second hit there for the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior, and that's going to be the end of his run. As you can see here, the score to beat from Doomsday is an 18. Mohawk Warrior certainly put up a good run here. The score coming in is a 21, so the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior is going to take the lead early on with a 3-point extra lead over Doomsday. So a nice run, not the best of runs. He obviously is still working on it, trying to fine-tune his two-wheel skills, but he has shown a lot of improvements since the first week. So Chris, nice job for you. Hopefully we could see some even more amazing things out of you in the two-wheel skills in San Diego. Up next here, we have Josh in the Monster Mutt Rottweiler out here looking to do some amazing two-wheel skills. He's coming out third. This is the earliest he's come out in the two-wheel skills competition, and it looks like he's lining up for the backflip ramp, maybe going for a moonwalk off of the backflip ramp. We will see what he has in store for us, and he is popped off of that backflip ramp, and there he is walking that dog. The best move of the night so far. So Josh most definitely throwing down here. He came in third to last time, and he said, I don't want to come in third to last anymore. I want to win this tour, and the only way I can do that is from stepping up my game, and he certainly did it just there. But he has to follow it up with a good second hit, because we know that judging here, it is important to have two really good hits. So we'll see what he's got in store for a second here. He's walking a wheelie right there. He's barely off the ground, but he is in fact off of it. As you can see him walking this wheelie back and forth on top of the pad. A great move for Josh. He has certainly stepped up his game here for the two-wheel competition. And he's on his side. He's going to make a little mini save there, too. So a great run for Josh. The Matsumoto Rottweiler certainly coming to play out here in the two-wheel skills competition. The score to beat is a 21 from the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. You've got to believe that this is going to beat it. The scores coming in from the judges for the Matsumoto Rottweiler are going to be good enough to put the Rottweiler in the lead with a beautiful score of a 32, leaving only 8 points for the rest of the trucks to work with. So the Matsumoto Rottweiler hopping into first. We have a new tiebreaker system as well, just to let you guys know that if a driver ties, let's say someone ties Josh with a 32, we will end up taking the high and the low, and we are going to take them out, and then we're going to take what the two middle scores were from the judges and add them together, and whoever has the higher score of the two is going to take the lead. So Josh, right now, hoping that doesn't happen as he sits in first place. But up next we have Higher Ground Freestyle, the pilot of Northern Nightmare. He last week just full scented in both the two-wheel and freestyle competitions, and we'll see what he could do today. And he nails a slap wheelie. It looks like he may be going for some Ryan Anderson action from Anaheim. Oh boy, he's going on a wild ride, and he's gonna save it one move ahead of Northern Nightmare. Wasn't really all on two wheels, but that was definitely a crowd pleaser. And now he's going to drift it along the track. Last week we saw him do a beautiful move off the center ramp, and we'll see if he's doing it again. He's got enough air for it. Landing and hitting the gas, and Northern Nightmare, another slap wheelie off the center ramp. Higher Ground Freestyle has stepped up his game here in the two-wheel competition. We'll see what the scores are going to be. I think Josh had a little bit of a better run, but we'll have to wait and see. He's just going to throw it into a little bit of a celebratory donut here and throw it on its lid. What a great run from the Northern Nightmare. As you can see, a 32 is the score to beat from the Matsumoto Rottweiler. It was a great run from Higher Ground Freestyle in the Northern Nightmare. We'll have to see if the judges think that it was good enough to take the lead. I think, in my opinion, it'll be just a little short, but we will have to wait and see. The scores coming in. And indeed, it will fall just a bit shy. It's a 28, which will put him in second place. That's a good score and can pick him up a decent amount of points at the end of the night. So a nice showing here in the two-wheel competition from Northern Nightmare. Up next in the two-wheel competition, we have Zachar and El Toro Loco. He had a good racing competition, making it all the way to the semi-final round as he looks to put himself in some more point happiness here in the two-wheel competition. That does count as his first hit there. So a subpar first hit for El Toro Loco. If your wheels leave the ground, if all four wheels leave the ground in the air on a hit like that, that does count as a hit. So this is his second hit of the run here for El Toro Loco. He is making it a good one though as he is walking this moonwalk. It's too bad that that first hit was so disappointing because this could definitely be a winning run so far for El Toro Loco. This has been the best move of the two-wheel competition, but that first hit's going to cost him a ton of points. So a good run for El Toro Loco. We'll have to wait and see what the scores are. So as you see on the screen, the Matsumoto Rottweiler has sat in the hot seat now for two trucks, but we'll have to wait and see if El Toro Loco can knock him out. The only problem is that El Toro Loco, really not a good first hit, didn't even get on two wheels. That did count for his first hit, but that moonwalk was a great one, so that should give him enough points to maybe keep him out of last, but we'll have to wait and see. The scores coming in for El Toro Loco. It's going to put him in fourth. It is a 20 for the regular El Toro Loco. A rough break. Obviously, again, that first hit holding him back a lot. But he got a perfect 5 from everybody for his second hit, which means that if he had a good first hit, he may have found himself in the hot seat right now. But still, a good showing from Zachar and El Toro Loco. Hopefully, he can get that fine-tuned again for the next show. Up next here in the two-wheel competition, coming out 6th, representing the awesome looking Captain's Curse truck. It is Troy K. Ryder. What's he doing here? Looked like he was going for a donut, but he did not. He actually went for the moonwalk, so a nice hit there from the Captain's Curse as he is walking this puppy. And he's going to set her down. A nice first hit there for Troy K. Ryder in the Captain's Curse. We'll see what he's got in store for his second hit. He has a nice base to get a high score, but Josh has got to feel pretty good because he has a nice score up there in first place. Not sure what he's going for here. He seems to be looking around for a hit. Oh, he's gonna whip it into a donut here. We have not seen one of these. Oh, and he's gonna put himself on his lid. A rough break for Captain's Curse is going to end his run there. He had a promising first hit, but that second hit maybe will cost him a decent amount of points. It is a 32 score to beat from the Monster Mutt Rottweiler. We'll see what the scores are for Captain's Curse. And it's not going to be good enough. This will replace Zacher in fourth with a 22 now as Captain's Curse. A good run, but obviously not going to be the best. Just a little bit too much kick on that donut cost him a lot of points and his two-wheel win right there. But you never know, that may end up getting him a decent amount of points. Up next, we have me in Max D. I'm looking at a rebound here in the two-wheel competition. Going for a bicycle, walking the bicycle down the track, and trying to kick it into a moonwalk, but I cannot get it. That really obviously doesn't count. I've had a lot of trouble in two-wheel competition so far. I've landed in the middle of the pack almost every single time, so hopefully something can change for my luck here today. I was going for a bicycle to moonwalk there. It did not work out the way I wanted it to. Going for my second hit here. I'm going for a donut, much like Troy just did. And I'm up on the side wheels and really spinning it here. I come on the ground, but because like what Tom Mentz does, it is realistic to land and go for another donut because that's what Tom does. A really nice 2 hits there for Max D, the best move possibly of the night. As you can see, a 32 is the score to beat for Monster Mutt Rottweiler. We will see what the judges do. The question is, will that first hit drag me down? I mean, a bicycle didn't really do much, but that donut was really, really great. We'll have to wait and see what the judges thought of. And barely edging out Josh with a 33. I find myself in the lead. I don't know how that happened. I really thought that first hit was going to drag me down a lot, but that second hit was just perfection, I guess. And it puts me in the lead. Hopefully that'll last. We've got a decent amount of trucks left. We are halfway through the 14 trucks that are competing so far, as I came out 7th. So we'll have to wait and see. And for the record, I only gave myself an 8 there. So obviously I'm not ballooning my score. That is not what this was. And next up here we have Earthshaker. This is Ryan coming out trying to knock me off. So far, the 2 staff members have done a good job here in the two-wheel competition. We'll see if Ryan can keep that up. The Earthshaker has not had a ton of success here in the two-wheel competition. We'll see how he can fare. Going for a slap relay that he is walking down the track. So a nice slap relay there for Earthshaker. Definitely going to get himself a nice bunch of points. Again, the 2 hits really matter, and it depends on how much they give for the first 2. Waiting for the clear to go for a second hit, and he gets it. It's a really nice start to a moonwalk here. We'll see if he can keep riding this baby out and maybe get himself a two-wheel win here. So he's really walking this moonwalk. Earthshaker loves doing moonwalks, and he is clearly proving that here. A really good run so far, and he's going to go back again and land her down. So Earthshaker's run coming to a close here with an amazing 2 hits. In my opinion, that may have been the best run. Let me know in the comments, do you think that'll take the lead from Max D as he's going to spin into a little celebratory donut? Well-deserved celebratory donut. He certainly did a nice job. As you can see, the score to beat is me and Max D with a 33. It was a good run and a good score to beat. The question is, will it hold? Wow, and indeed it will. The score is a 32 for Earthshaker. It's going to put him in second because the middle scores in the tiebreaker with Josh actually put Ryan ahead. He had 16 for the 2 middle scores, and Josh had a 15 for the 2 middle scores. So a nice run there for Earthshaker as he finds himself sitting in second place, but Max D is still sitting in the hot seat. Next up, we have the Crazy Bull coming out 9th. He's done very good, Wayne has, in the two-wheel skills competition so far, so we'll see how he could fare here in this two-wheel competition. And he's on the nose, walking a moonwalk. He has been a king of bicycles, so we'll see if he can incorporate that into his second hit.
Well, I grew up in one of them old farm towns.
And a decent moonwalk. Oh boy!
Goes down.
And a crazy hit there that he's able to save. However, that is the end of the run. The judges all concluded that that save was just a little bit too unrealistic. It's a rough break. We all had to agree. We have to all unanimously agree. And we didn't all agree initially, but we ended up coming to the conclusion that it was a little bit unrealistic due to another save that we considered unrealistic later. We considered that save unrealistic later because we considered this save unrealistic. So, a rough break for the El Toro Loco machine. The score to beat's a 33. I don't think it'll take the lead because of one hit, and it will not. It's only going to be a 16, which puts him in dead last. A rough break for Wayne, meaning that he's going to be coming out pretty early next week. Hopefully he can bounce back and find himself in the top. Up next here, we have Monster Jam Camboy in Monster Mud doing his classical thing of starting in the pits and coming out. Nobody else has done that so far, and hopefully nobody else does it because that is his thing. And man, has he rocked it. He came in the semifinal round of racing this week in the Anaheim show. Glendale was a rough show for him. He did not really do very great. He did nicely in the two-wheel competition, but that was just about it. So hopefully he can bounce back this week and find himself in a little bit of a higher positioning. It hasn't been the best of two-wheel runs, and he is on the front two wheels. It hasn't been the best of two-wheel competition so far, so hopefully he can turn that around, but a rough break for Monster Jam Camboy as the Monster Mud is on its lid on the very first hit. The score to beat is a 33 from Maxi. That probably will not take the lead. It was a good run, but it wasn't even the best moonwalk off of the backflip ramp. That's why coming out so late could end up hurting you, because you know that you have to live up to what the other drivers did in front of you, and sadly he was unable to do just that. So we'll have to wait and see what the scores are as they come in right now. And yeah, it's not going to take a lead. It's going to be a 13, a really rough break for the Monster Mount machine. It's a tough, he's just had a really rough last two shows here. But he did pick up a decent amount of points in racing, which kind of evens out with this two-wheel skills show. But hopefully next week, or in the freestyle competition, we can see him do something great. Up next, we have the guy who we like to call the 4-minute man after Glendale last week did a 4-minute long two-wheel skills run. We'll see if he could do a little bit shorter but better of a run this time. It's Michael Barth in Gravedigger as he's walking a bicycle up the ramp. Wow! What an impressive hit as he goes down on the front two wheels, and it's a beautiful moonwalk. A bicycle to moonwalk that he walked right over the top of the ramp. That was impressive. Really impressive two-wheel run right here. You gotta give him a lot of credit for that. He's gonna walk it up the pad and setting her down. A nice first hit there for Gravedigger. We'll have to wait and see what the second hit lies. Gravedigger always well represented in this tour thanks to Michael Barth and his talented driving. Going for a bicycle here. It's a nice bicycle. So a really good bicycle right now that he is walking out. And man, this is making a push for the two-wheel lead right now. Going up to the pad, going to the moonwalk, oh boy, and he's on his lid. So a nice run for Gravedigger. I believe this is the best two-wheel run of the competition so far. What a run for the Gravedigger machine. He's got to beat a 33 for Max D. The score coming in. And wow, it's only a 30. So for the record here, I gave Gravedigger a 9 for the judging, and I gave myself an 8, so I did believe that this was a better run, but my judging counterparts did not agree with that. They actually believed that I did have a better run because I did a new move that nobody really had done well before. So, you know what, Michael Barth, you did a great job. I got to give you a round of applause. For me, you took the lead, but you know what? Still a really good showing. You guys let me know in the comments. Do you think Gravedigger had a better run, or do you think Max D had a better run? Up next here we have Maxi Gold. This is driven by Vincent Ackard, and he is coming out here looking to make his name a little bit better in this two-wheel competition as he is coming out 12th. He has done great in the two-wheel competition so far after winning the first one and coming in third in the last one. He's on top of the backflip ramp going for a moonwalk that he is going to walk right down the track. Oh my, he spins around, going over, wow! And we're going to deem that an unrealistic save because we did deem what El Toro Loco Black did unrealistic. We do deem that unrealistic as well because it spun itself around in the air, and that wouldn't really happen in real life. So it's a tough break for Vincent. I know it's not his fault. We can't really control that, but hopefully he can get a little bit of reconciliation in the points. Oh man, a rough break is going to put Vincent Ackert in last place right now with a score of a 12. Just a tough break. The truck didn't mean to do that. It didn't need to do that, rather, and that really cost him a boatload of points there. So, sorry, Vincent. But you know what? Maybe he'll get us back in the freestyle competition. Now coming out 13th here in the two-wheel competition. He came in second place last week. He's looking to double that up again this week and go for an impressive hit. He's going for a bicycle off the racing lane, and that really was a bit of a crazy turn there. That wouldn't have really happened in real life, but you know what? It's a video game. Those video game graphics are a little bit weird at times. The physics, I'm sorry. So now he's smoothed out that bicycle as he sets her down, going into a little bit of a hit there, but that does not count because he didn't actually go for anything. So not Gravedigger, Son of a Digger looking pretty fresh early on. Tilting his camera a little bit, going for a moonwalk here. A good run for Son of a Digger. Oh boy, that ramp is getting in the way, but he's going to walk it up the ramp. Oh my, and a nice move there. And that'll be the end of the run. So Son of a Digger is certainly impressing people here in this two-wheel competition. He did a good job. We will have to see if that'll take the lead. The 33 is a score to beat right now from Max D. Is that still me sitting in the hot seat, meaning that I'm coming in the top 3 at least? I feel pretty good about that. I needed some points after a rough finish in the racing competition. We'll see how I finish up here. But Son of a Digger scores coming in. And man, the judges are being harsh today. It's a 23 for Son of a Digger, another low score. So Luke was judging it too, and we all agreed that a 23 was a pretty fair score. I mean, we must have been feeling a little extra critical last week when we were doing this judging, but you know what? A very good run there for Son of a Digger. Up next, we have Zombies Monster Truck. Representing the undead, this is Alex Colborn in Zombie again. This is his last run, his last two-wheel run of the tour. He may end up filling in for some drivers along the way, but he is unable to compete for the rest of the season. So we'll see how he does here. Going for a slap wheelie, but he's going to walk down the track. A nice slap wheelie here. And he sets her down and goes for a second hit right away here, going for a nice bicycle. So 2 really solid hits here for Zombie as he is going to go in and set her down for the end of his run there. It's a 33 score to beat still from Max D. That is so far what he has to beat. 2 solid runs right there. 2 solid hits. We actually decided, we came together and agreed that those were 2 hits right off the bat, not 1, which is why his run ended right there. So a decent run. We'll have to see if it'll take the lead. The score to beat is a 33 from me in Max D. We'll have to wait and see if it'll hold up. This would be my first two-wheel skills win of the entire tour. I don't know how I did it. There were a lot of drivers who did a lot better than me, in my opinion. And it's not going to be enough. It's a 24 for Zombie, meaning that your winner is Max D. And who's ready for Monster Jam? So taking a peek at the two-wheel skills points that were awarded to the drivers, as you see me coming all the way in first. So excited about that. I mean, I really can't. I can't argue that there were a few other drivers who did really, really well. They probably could have won this competition. But you know what? I did that donut. I got on the sidewalls, and that was, there in the other judge's opinion, a really, really great move, which is what won me the competition. So 16 points for me, as you can see going down the line. Earthshaker 15, Roddy 14, Gravedigger with 13, rounding up the top 4. And a really nice top 8 right there. And then we go to the bottom half of this lineup. As you can see, Great Clips, Mohawk Warrior. As you can see, Chris had himself an actually really high finish, as he's going to be coming out a little bit later on in the competition, later than he's used to. We'll see how he fares with that. And all the way down at the bottom. The two rough break. Well, we had a few rough breaks there as Vincent Ackard and Max D sadly just unable to pick up enough points in this two-wheel competition. So that is going to bring us to the intermission here. We're just going to take a brief intermission, then we're going to come right back with some freestyle.
The Mac, get up what it is, what it does, what it is, what it isn't. Looking for a better way to get up out of bed instead of getting on the internet and checking a new hit. Me get up, first shot, pimp strut walking, a little bit of humble, a little bit of cautious, somewhere between like Rocky and Cosby's for the game. Nope, y'all can't copy yet. Glad moonwalking, and this here is our party. My posse's been on Broadway, and we did it all way. Chrome music, I shed my skin and put my bones into everything I record to it. And yeah, I'm on. Let that stage light go and shine on down. Got that Bob Barker suit game and Plinko in my style. Money, stay on my craft and stick around for those pounds. But I do that to pass the torch and put on for my town. Trust me, on my INDEPENDENT shit hustling. Chasing dreams since I was 14 with the 4-track bustin'. Halfway across that city with the back crush shit. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give that to the people, spread it across the country. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give it to the people, spread it across the country.
Here we go back, this is the moment. Tonight is the night, we'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Here we go back, this is the moment. Tonight is the night, we'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us.
Nah, can I kick it? Thank you, yeah, I'm so damn grateful. I grew up really wanna go fronts, but that's what you get when Wu-Tang raised you. Y'all can't stop me, go hard like I got an 808 in my heartbeat. And I'm eating at the beat like it gave a little speed to a great white shark on shark week. Raw, time to go off, gone, deuces goodbye. I got a world to see, and my girl, she wanna see Rome. Caesar make you a believer, nah, I never ever did it for a throne. That validation comes from giving it back to the people. Now, sing this song and it goes like, raise those hands, this is our party. We came here to live life like nobody was watching. I got my city right behind me. If I fall, they got me. Learn from that failure, gain humility, and then we keep marching.
Here we go back, this is the moment. Tonight is the night, we'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Go back, this is the moment. Tonight is the night, we'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us.
So we put our hands up.
Welcome back to the Monster Jam Steel Titan Sports League as we are resuming with some freestyle action out here as Doomsday and Riley McCoy is kicking us off. Starting off this competition with some nice air. Oh boy, a weird bounce there for the truck, and he is thankfully going to get to reset himself here. He's going to save it. He's going to try and save it for his first reset. You are allowed to do that. You're allowed to get a little bit of an unrealistic save if you're on your side within the first 30 seconds instead of trying to just hit the reset button. So that does not count for scoring, but it is going to help him get a little bit of a second life here as his reset time is done. Throwing it into a donut now. So Doomsday off to a pretty nice start. Riley's going for a backflip. The first backflip. Whoa! I don't know why the truck did that, but he did a... We can't count that in scoring. Obviously not his fault, but a really weird hit there is going to cost him a little bit of time. He did go for the backflip, though, which earns him some points. Oh my! What a crazy move. This does count. Wow, what a save out of Riley and Doomsday. Heck yeah, he's going off. He corrects the pitching of the truck there, and that is going to be the end of the run. So the rest is just for the fans here, as that move does end the run up, but he didn't want to stop. He decided to keep going for the fans. Again, all of this just for the fans, not judging this part of the run, but definitely a good run and a good showing here from Riley McCord in Doomsday. And a nice little move there, too. So certainly a great run as he threw down here in his first freestyle of the tour, the Steel Titan Sports League, having itself a nice start off here. And it doesn't look like he wants to stop. He's just keeping on out here in Anaheim. He's enjoying his first freestyle, doing a whole bunch of crazy moves. What a run from Riley McCord in Doomsday. The score is going to be a 21 for him as he definitely put on a good run to start off the competition. Good for him. Nice run, Riley. We hope to see you back next week doing some even cooler things out in freestyle. Next up here in the freestyle competition, we have Wayne in El Toro Loco Black. He had a rough break last week in Glendale, which definitely cost him a nice chunk of points, and he's coming out second here in Anaheim. Oh boy, a crazy move right off the bat with a nice save that he's going to catapult into a slap wheelie.
Well, I grew up in one of them.
So a nice run so far for El Toro Loco, getting it on the front two wheels for a bit of a stoppie. This wheelie doesn't count though.
We were living in the middle of nowhere. We just figured that's how it was.
So far, a really nice run for El Toro Loco, the Wheelie King. I always used to call Mark McDonald the Slight Wheelie King in this machine, so it seems like Wayne's living up to that name.
Don't stop till everything's gone. Straight ahead, never.
And huge air from El Toro Loco Black. And he's going to throw it into a bit of a bicycle after that little bounce helped him out a lot.
Dig a little deeper when you think you can't dig no more.
We said that he's the Bicycle King. He certainly had himself his fair share of amazing bicycles in the two-wheel competition. And after getting his second hit disqualified after an unrealistic save in his first hit, he didn't get to show off that bicycle, and he gets to show it off here in the freestyle competition. He's going for the backflip here. A nice backflip, beautifully landed as he's blowing the smoke out of the front nose. He just crossed the entire center of the track, to the first driver to do that tonight. Nice run for El Toro Loco Black.
Don't back down. A full throttle, wide open. You get tired and you don't show it. Dig a little.
Wow, big air for El Toro Loco Black. An awkward bounce. That is going to be the end of his run. We are going to cut him just a bit shy, but thankfully this is just for the fans, and he only left 13 seconds on the clock, so a really good run for Wayne and El Toro Loco. And what a save there, and that will end up being the last move of his run. So Wayne giving a nice little move for the fans there after the judging was concluded. He certainly did a good run, and this bicycle, he's just enjoying his time out here in Anaheim and gonna roll it over officially at the end, or maybe not. Wow, what a move there at the end of the run. So El Toro Loco Black put on a nice show. The first two drivers doing a lot for the fans here. As you can see, Doomsday scoring with a 21 is the hot seat driver. He's sitting with a first place position, and we've got to believe that that is going to hold pretty nicely. However, El Toro Loco is going to take the lead with a 26. A nice run there for Wayne. We'll see how that holds up. We've got a lot of competitors left here in this freestyle competition who can certainly knock him off of the hot seat. Up next here in this freestyle competition, we have a monster mutt. This is Monster Jam Kim Boy out here to freestyle. Got a rough break in the two-wheel competition, and hopefully he can bounce back here. Oh boy! And he's already on his lid. Thankfully, he gets one reset, and he is going to utilize it. So he's back on his first hit. Well, technically not his first hit, but oh my, no! Oh, what a save that he rolled up the ramp! He has no more resets, so this, anytime he flips over, is the end of his run. And a nice moonwalk. A little bit of a stoppy there to try and boost his scores. Flying across the track to cross threads that bottom pad. Oh, maybe go for a bicycle here, freestyle. Getting some two-wheel moves in. And a sidewall save, oh boy. But that, sadly, is going to be the end of the run for Monster Mutt. We're going to call it there. So a rough break for Monster Mutt. Just too bad. He just can't seem to get a break. We ended the judging there with that save. So this is all for the fans. He's just trying to get all this frustration out now. Oh my! So that's the official ending of his freestyle time here on the track in Anaheim, as El Toro Loco sits in the hot seat with the 26. The score coming in for Monster Mutt. It is a 17, which will put him in third. I know that says currently second. That is incorrect. That actually puts him in third place. So a nice showing here from Monster Mutt, but not really good enough. Just a tough weekend. He has had two back-to-back rough weekends out here. Hopefully, we can see Monster Jam Camboy bouncing back in the next show. Up next here in freestyle, we have me in Max D as I'm looking to get a nice freestyle run. I'm coming out fourth, meaning that I didn't do very great in Glendale. I've got a lot to prove out here in the freestyle competition. Out here, and oh my, it's a mid-air flat spin! And guess what? My friend said that didn't count, so the judges completely just screwed me over, but it's okay. So I'm the only one who actually counted that, because I did that on purpose, and I think that was a pretty cool move. But you know what? They were deciding to be meanie pantses and decided not to count that. So thanks, guys. Lining up for the jammer, some nice air there. And a huge air over the center. I have won a freestyle competition. I won the first freestyle competition of the year of the actual Steel Titan Sports League, and some huge air off the backside of the step up. I just don't have luck with the actual backflip ramps, so I try to avoid them as much as I can. I try and do something else, and as I said, I always have one thing in my freestyle run, maybe even two, that I have planned that's special. I already did the first one, which is the mid-air flat spin that the judges did not count. I do have something else up my sleeve for later on in the run, so you will wait and see if I can get that done. Actually, change that. I have 3 things that I want to do in total. The other one is right here. I was going for a front flip, but can't get it. I was going for the front flip there. I didn't get the kick. I got it about 4 times in practice. I go for the dumpster, a double backflip. And again, the judges decide not to count that either. So the judges really screwed me over today, which is a little disappointing, and I'm going to end up my run on my lid. So I think that was a pretty good run, to be honest. I thought I did a pretty good job there, but you know what? My judging friends just decided that they wanted to screw me over. So it's okay. We'll see what the scores are. I should be able to take the lead. It was a good enough run, but we'll have to wait and see. El Toro Loco sitting with a 26. That's Wayne in the hot seat. And it is thankfully going to take the lead with a 27, so I mean, I thought that should be a little bit higher. Let me know in the comments. Do you guys count what I did? I mean, we're trying to be as realistic as possible, and they said that wasn't realistic because nobody's ever done either of those things before. But, I mean, the first one, it's definitely possible to do, just nobody's ever tried it. So, let me know in the comments. Do you think that they should have counted some of my hits? Let me know. Up next here in the freestyle competition, we have Chris in the Mohawk Warrior. Trying to beat a score of 28. No boy, off to a nice start going on the backside of the racing lane. Chris also has had some he's had some rough breaks in the freestyle competition, So we'll see if he can rebound here. He rebound nicely in the two-wheel competition. This could be his best event of his season if he does it nicely in this freestyle competition after coming to the second round of racing and a nice two-wheel run. Some huge air there. Go for the backflip early. He's done that now twice. Oh my, and he's landing it on the front, a little stop made a moonwalk. Wow! So a good run so far for the Mohawk Warrior. He's got less than a minute left. And he's going to spin it into a little donut. Oh my! Whoa! That's something we've never seen before. That was pretty cool. He's sitting it on the rear two wheels. I don't remember if we counted that or not, but I believe some of us did, some of us didn't. And he's actually going to get that donut down and another donut into a wheelie. So a good run right now for the great work, Mohawk Warrior. And he's lining up for the dumpster backflip. They didn't count that for me either, so we can't count it for him. And he ends up on his lid anyway. So a good run for Mohawk Warrior, just not going to get the win. And as we have had now for the entirety of that run, the score to beat is Max D's 27. I've sat in the hot seat a few times today between the two-wheel competition and now freestyle. Hopefully that'll last, and maybe not. I mean, Chris definitely threw down a good run, so let's see what his scores are. It's a 22, which will put him in 4th place right now. That's a pretty good run. He definitely had his best weekend that we have seen from him in the Steel Titan Sports League. Nice to see drivers improving over their tenure here. Obviously exciting. And maybe he'll even earn himself a world final spot. All he's got to do is come in the top 8. So we'll just have to wait and see at the end of the season if he can, in fact, get there. Up next here in the freestyle competition, we have Gravedigger and Michael Barth. Off to a good start. He's gotten some huge air early on. He is really flying. Off to a great start.
The nurses all gathered round, and they gazed in wide wonder at the joy.
So he's off to a nice start. He's flying around the track, getting huge airs. He crossed throughout the entire center of the track. He is such a great freestyler. He's done really great so far. And a backflip early on with 1:15 left, and he lands it with perfection. And oh my, he cross-threads the center of the track with some huge air. And he's going to follow up with a backflip. Oh my goodness, he just did a mid-air backflip. And that does count because that happened naturally. And some more huge air. He is flying right now. This Gravedigger's on fire. Michael Barth making a serious push for the win. In search of his first freestyle win of the season. Just what a run for Michael Barth. It looks like he may be lining up for a front flip like I did as well. I think that's what he may be going for, and he is. Oh my! He nailed the front flip too. What a run from Michael Barth and Gravedigger. Quite possibly the best freestyle we have ever had here. Oh my goodness, he's cross-threading the racing lane with another mid-air backflip. What a run for Michael Barth and Gravedigger. Oh my! That was amazing! Give him a round of applause. Get on your feet because that was so amazing. Gravedigger just tore it up here in freestyle. He's giving a wave to the fans as he should. The score to beat's a 27. This should obliterate my score. And oh my goodness, it's a perfect 40. Gravedigger getting the win here in the freestyle competition already. It's already over because you can't beat a 40. Once you have a 40, you won. You could have someone tie with you and come in second, but Gravedigger and Michael Barth, the first perfect score in the Steel Titan Sports League, and it's going to give him his first freestyle win. Give it up for Michael Barth and Gravedigger. Man, you just ripped up the track with the best run we've ever seen. Up next here, we have Son of a Digger, the 7th truck out, meaning that this is the halfway mark in the freestyle competition. Luke kicking us off with a nice slap in his run. I don't know how you can follow up what Michael Barth just did. He's going for the backflip early, though. A nice backflip attempt that he's going to land nicely. Huge air as he crosses over the center of the track. A little bit of cattywampus action. Trying to represent Ryan Anderson's truck is never easy. Oh my, get a little crooked, but thankfully smartly uses the rear steer. Going for that jammer, which we have seen give drivers so many nice hits today, but not going to get a wheelie. Oh my goodness, amazing sky wheelie. Oh boy, he's on his lid and he's going to get it on the front two wheels, a little stoppy. Huge air from Ryan Anderson's counterpart. This is Luke and Son of a Digger. Really good run so far for Son of a Digger. Huge air for Son of a Digger, some of the biggest air of the night. Gonna throw it into a donut. So far, I'm the only one who's actually gotten a good donut in this entire show in my two-wheel. And it looks like he is going to go for the side of a backflip over here, and he does! And he lands it on his side, and he pulls out the save. He's got enough time if he slams on it to get one more hit, but that's it. His time is up. This doesn't count. Then when they count it anyway, he just full sent it right there. So a nice run for Luke and Son of a Digger. We'll have to see what the scores are. Obviously got to beat a 40. That's impossible to beat. You can't beat him. But all you've got to do now is just a fight to see who can get the most points they possibly can. So we'll see what the scores coming in from Luke are. They're going to be a 32, which will put him in second place. A really nice run right there for Luke. You got to give him a big round of applause because he certainly tore it up. I mean, you gotta believe that was one of his best runs that he has had so far. He's struggled in the freestyle competition a little bit, so it's nice to see him putting down a really good freestyle. Up next, you can see him right there. It is Vincent Eckert and Max D. Some nice air right off the bat. And he's going to throw it in for a little stoppy. Some nice air. This is the driver of this beautiful gold Max D. Oh my! Running a little bit of a moonwalk off of that jump. And now he can no longer reset if he flips. Oh boy! That's crazy, and that is the end of the run. That is going to be it. The rest is just for the fans. Some unrealistic moves here are going to cost Vincent Eckert a lot in today's show. A rough break. Hopefully next weekend he can bounce back and find himself a little groove. Again, this is just for the fans. I'm going to let you guys enjoy this little encore from Max D Gold. So the score to beat is a 40 by Gravedigger, and we all agreed that Vincent was cut down just a little bit short early on in his run because of that unrealistic save. But we'll have to see where it'll place him. Maybe it'll get him a few points, possibly on the road to the event championship, and maybe on the road to the tour championship. Let's see what the scores are. So it's a 15 that will put him in dead last. A rough break for Vincent Acker this week. He said that he just didn't have enough time to get the videos out there. He just was very busy. So too bad. Hopefully next show around and next time around we can get to see a really great, true Vincent Acker freestyle and show. And now, because we are through 8 trucks here, even though there's 14, we are going to have a little bit of a commercial break, and then we'll be right back. So we are back here in the freestyle competition as Josh is kicking us off in the Monster Mutt Rottweiler. Kicking off the second half of the freestyle competition right with some huge air. The Monster Mutt Rottweiler tearing it up already. Josh, a heavy favorite to win the entire league in the first season. He is certainly making a push for it, and he could use a nice boost in points here in freestyle. A nice bicycle there too, so Josh off to a good start here in the freestyle competition. He's got 1:15 left, so 45 solid seconds are in the books here. And a bit of a wacky hit from Monster Mutt Rottweiler, but it is going to save it. So nice little save there for the Roddy. Going for the backflip ramp, and he's going to land it nicely. Looks like he may be going for a mini flip here. And he is! And he's going to have a little bit of a moonwalk out of it. What a move out of Josh! Wow! He's making a push for that win as well. Well, no, he's not making a push for the win. He's making a push for second place. Obviously can't beat Michael Barth's score, but he can come close. A little bit of a struggle to get a donut down there. Huge air over the center of the track. Oh my! A hard landing on the rear housing of that truck. He's lucky it didn't split in half. And he's going for what he did before that kind of a little save. And it's going to give him another save. And that'll be the end of the run. A great run for Josh. An all-around spectacular showing. You've got to really give it up for him. That was a phenomenal run. Gravedigger sits in the hot seat with a 40. We'll see where Josh comes out. And I mean, obviously unable to get the freestyle win, but a 31 is going to put him in third, so a really nice run there for Josh. All around, just a spectacular showing. He did a really nice job this week. Hopefully he can keep that up as he makes the push for the top 8. And, I mean, we know he's most likely going to get in the top 8, but obviously Josh is going for it all. Up next is another member of the Monster Jam Steel Titan Sports League staff. This is Ryan and Earthshaker. All of us did well in the two-wheel competition, except for Luke, and so far Luke has had a great freestyle. And so did Josh, so we'll have to wait and see if Ryan can follow that up. I didn't have a great freestyle. I mean, I had a good freestyle, let's be real here. They just screwed me over points-wise, but it's alright, we won't dwell on the past. So we'll see how Ryan does here. Oh my goodness, huge air! Ryan has also improved a lot since the first show, and a bit of a save. A somersault there. He has also improved incredibly since his first show. We've all seen a lot of improvement from everybody here on this league. This league really just makes you a really good driver. So Earthshaker going for some nice air here. He is a minute into his run and he's certainly shaking it loose. He can try and get himself in second place. Oh my goodness, looks like he's lining up for huge air across the center. That's the biggest air off of the cross thread. Gotta love Earthshaker, obviously my favorite truck out there, and he took it from me. Again, not gonna tell him a pass, but you may be seeing me drive this in the future depending on my drawings. Oh my, a little bit of a crazy move there. Oh my, absolutely huge air. He's tearing it up. He's got 12 seconds left. He hasn't gone for the backflip yet. So we'll see if he's going for that right now. And it looks like he is. Going for the backflip. And he's going to stick it right at the end. Oh my! Almost went to a consecutive, but he did not. So a great run for Earthshaker there. That is going to finish off his night. A really great show here for Ryan. He tore it up. A score to beat is a 40. We'll see what the score is for Earthshaker. It's a 30, another really good score. It's going to put him in 4th place. So a nice showing out here from all the Monster Jam Steel Titan Sports League staff. We had a pretty good show this week, I must say. Hopefully we can keep that up for San Diego. And a nice showing there for Ryan all around. This is the best show he has had so far of the league. Up next in the freestyle competition, we have Zacher and El Toro Loco. Oh my! So that doesn't count right there. We are going to wait. So there is his first hit of the freestyle competition. A nice little slap wheelie to combo it up. Zacher coming out 11th. He had a nice freestyle in Glendale, so hopefully Anaheim will treat him well. Going for a slap wheelie that he is walking down the track. Zacher definitely off to a nice start in his freestyle. And some more huge air off of those lobs. Some more big air. He's getting some hang time here in this freestyle. We'll have to wait and see how this will place him. He's looking good. He's poised to get a nice score. And some more really nice air. An unrealistic pitch. That's going to put that hit as a null and void. Some more nice slap wheelies here for the El Toro Loco truck. So far, a good run for El Toro Loco. Oh my, big air. Oh no, that is going to be the end of the run for El Toro Loco. We're going to call it quits there. A nice run, though. That's going to mean that the rest of this is just for you fans here in the Monster Jam Steel Titan Sports League. So a nice run for Zacher as he's going to wrap it up nicely here. So a good showing here for Zacher. A nice show overall. It was really, you could say that Anaheim treated him very well. The score to beat's a 40 from Gravedigger. It probably won't get very close, but a nice showing out here. Obviously, he had to be cut a little bit short. So it's another 20 for El Toro Loco. He got a 20 in the two-wheel competition because his first hit didn't count. So he did a good job here. You got to say he did a nice job here in Anaheim. It treated him nicely. It's just two really unlucky things happened to him that cost him really some success. But you can see a lot of improvement has come from the awesome El Toro Loco truck. But up next we have Captain's Curse. This is Troy K. Ryder. Let's see how he fares in freestyle. He is coming out 12th because he came in third place last week. He is looking to continue his hot streak in freestyle.
A nice slap wheelie. So a really good set of hits so far for Captain's Curse to start off his run as he sat that one on the rear two wheels.
I'm a sailor pig, and I lost my leg. Climbing up the top.
Going for a backflip early on, and it's going to be a nice one for Troy here in Captain's Curse. Oh boy, looks like he's going for another cross. We've seen some great ones tonight. Not the best one, but definitely a really cool move, and he combos it up. So Captain's Curse with 45 seconds left is going for a great run. Huge air there. He is getting some big air. That has been something that he has done consistently, is just get big air. And a nice combo.
I'm a sailor pig, and I lost my leg.
Oh my, he's lining up for some step-up action. 20 seconds left to do anything he wants here. He has gotten some great hits so far. I think he's going to go to cross thread one more time. Oh my, he dug it into a backflip. Oh! But he hit reverse instead of gas, and that's going to be the end of his run. So a really good run from Captain's Curse. He almost got the second mid-air backflip of the show. That would have been sick. The score to beat to 40. We'll see where Captain's Curse is going to fall, because obviously where you place determines where you're going to come out in the next show. You want to come out later, but also coming out earlier may end up being a better thing, because if you come out early, then whatever you do actually could give you a higher score, because if you do something that someone else does later on, you're obviously going to get some higher points. So we'll have to wait and see where Troy's going to end up. 30. That's a pretty good score. Captain's Curse sitting in 5th place. Another really good weekend here for Troy. Everyone's really stepped up their game. It was a great show here in Anaheim freestyle-wise. Two-wheel wasn't so spectacular, but man, freestyle has certainly lit it up as we have 2 trucks left, and they have also been on a really nice hot streak. And kicking us off, we have Alex Colborn in his last freestyle in the zombie truck. So here is Alex's last freestyle again. He may end up driving in another truck to fill in. He wants to be able to be a fill-in driver if he can. He just is unable to be a full-time driver at this point, which is too bad, because he certainly is probably the best driver we have had on this tour. But we will see how his last freestyle happens and it goes down. Go for some nice air as he crosses over the center. Gotta get those beacons. Going for some massive air. Maybe going for the front flip. And he is! And it's even better than Michael Bart's. Wow! I was going for the front flip, and if I nailed that, I would have had the lead. Oh man, I'm so disappointed, because that would have been so great. So that's the 3rd driver to go for that front flip, and 2 of them have nailed it. Zombie, though, has gotten it the best out of all of us. Oh my, looks like he's lined up to send it over the racing lane, and he's gonna transfer it. Oh my! He went for a transfer all the way over on the other side of the track. That was huge air. Oh my goodness, some more transfers. Huge air, and he's going to set her down. However, that backup does cost him some points. That is a point deduction. Going for a bicycle now. He's got 13 seconds left. He's got to do the backflip. He's got 6 seconds left. Oh my, he pulls a Scott Buto out of his hand. He's got time for 1 hit. This does count. And that is going to be the end of the run. It's going to throw it into a little popper for the fans. A stoppie is going to end off his run as he's going to dance his way. We'll see what the scores are going to be for Zombie. The score to beat to 40. You've got to believe that this is going to put him really close up to the top. He's the racing winner. He had a decent 2-wheel score, and he could possibly get himself the event championship with a high freestyle score here. So let's see what it's going to be.
It's a 33, so Zombie finding himself in second place. I think that could have been a little bit higher. He really tore it up. You have to remember that backup did cost him a decent amount of points there, so that will end up holding him back a little bit. We'll have to wait and see if that'll keep him in second or if he will get knocked down to third, because we have one truck left, and it's your defending freestyle winner. That is Higher Ground Freestyle in Northern Nightmare. So here we go. One truck left out here to freestyle. Anaheim, you've been great to us here in the Monster Jam Steel Titan Sports League, and one truck left can really continue this awesome night. High Ground Freestyle, looks like he's already going for something cool. Going for a backflip off the side of the ramp. We haven't seen it over there yet, and he does it earlier than anybody else. So already, High Ground Freestyle, we've seen that he is just going full Zen mode in his runs, and he's continuing that here today. Oh my, almost fell on his lid there. Oh boy, going for some massive air, and he can't even reach that pad like Alex Stolborn did. Just goes to show you how far he went on that hit. Gonna go on the backside of the racing lane, an unrealistic pitch there, but that's not gonna kill him in points. Oh my goodness, he's just full sending everything. Going for the side of the ramp here. Oh my! I call that the end of the run right there. Oh no, I consider that the end of the run. That is the end of the run in my opinion. However, Ryan kept judging. He wanted to see the rest of the run. He actually did keep judging. Sometimes we unanimously agree, but I mean, for here, Ryan was like, you know what, no, I don't care. I'm going to keep judging. But I stopped, Josh stopped, and Luke stopped. A good run though. Oh my. Oh wow. Again, this is just for the fans and a nice save. He's trying to go for back-to-back freestyle wins today. But again, he's going to be killed because we all agreed that, except for Ryan, that this didn't count really anymore. Oh my goodness, big air. That's the best move of his run right there possibly, even though it comes after the judging close. So a nice run for Northern Nightmare. He's just going for the fans now, and this is going to be the end of his run. So give it up for Northern Nightmare. Give it up for all your drivers. Wow, we just went for a front flip. Give it up for all of your drivers out here. As you can see, your score to beat's a 40 from Gravedigger. He already automatically won. We're just checking to see where Northern Nightmare is going to fall. It's a 32, and let me just say what everyone else knows. Your freestyle winner is a 40 from Gravedigger. What a great show out here. These guys really tore it up, and man, did Michael Barr tear it up more than anybody out here on the track. So let's take a look at the freestyle point standings, at what the points the drivers were able to accumulate from this freestyle competition. As you can see, Gravedigger getting 16, Zombie getting 15, and Northern Nightmare getting 14, rounding up the top three. So, I mean, Northern Nightmare, he has been, Higher Ground Freestyle has been on his game in this freestyle competition lately. So nice to see him doing that. And we will have to see how this works out. So we will have to just check out these bottom scores, the last drivers from this freestyle competition, the final 8. As you can see, El Toro Loco Black up there, capping off with 8 points. And in last place, Vincent Ackert in the second straight last place in a competition. It's a rough weekend for him. Hopefully he can bounce back for next week. We'll have to wait and see how he can do there. But now it is time to crown your overall event champion. We have seen a lot of great drivers today, but your overall event champion is Zombie and Alex Stolborn. What a way to go out for him. He had a great show, and he's able to find himself in the overall event champion circle in his last show in this Zombie truck. He definitely did a great job, and man, he did some amazing things on this Steel Titan Sports League. We're going to miss him and his incredible talent out here. But Son of a Digger and Luke is still sitting on top of the point standings as we take a look at the overall points. Obviously, the top 8 drivers here, if the season ended right now, these 8 would make it into the Monster Jam World Finals. So you can see here, this is a picture of who you could possibly be seeing there. We've seen some amazing things, and everyone's really, really close. As you see, within 31 points of each other are the top 8. So it's going to be a dead race to the final. We have a few shows left here on the first season, and as we're going to take a look now at the bottom 8, Soldier Forge in the only truck with 0 points because, well, Monster Jam Fanatic just did not get to drive. We did replace him. We replaced Gravedigger the Legend, and we ended up getting a new driver for Zombie as well. So a good showing out here. Anaheim definitely treated us well. We hope you all enjoyed it. For me, Luke, Josh, and Ryan, we are the Monster Jam Steel Titan Sports League. We hope you all had a great 2 weeks, and we will see you in another 2 weeks with Monster Jam San Diego action. We'll see you then.
Tell me pretty lies.